The UK's next big roller coaster and themed area has finally started construction, and I can't wait to see it when it's complete. Thorpe Park are constructing a brand new attraction in a currently unused building, and they've put up an Easter egg to do with it elsewhere in the park. Not an actual physical Easter egg, you know what I mean. And a brand new Nemesis Reborn Phalanx themed attraction is coming to Alton Towers this Scarefest. It's a very exciting week, but all that and more has happened this past week in theme parks. The best weekly series on any form of social media, no matter where you go in the galaxy, is back for another episode. And we are in the autumn now, so as much as August was a very quiet month for new announcements and rides being built, we should start to see a lot more of it very soon. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything in the future. It'd be greatly appreciated. So then, what has happened this last 7 days in the UK theme park? Well, like I just said, we have seen the introduction of autumn, although that is more so this past week in seasons. New series starts now. But with that summer to Halloween transition, of course, comes the theme park Halloween events. And the main ones that I like to talk about, and I feel like I do every week in this series now, is of course Alton Towers Scarefest and Thorpe Park Fright Nights. And probably the most exciting news out of anything to do with these Halloween events is the fact that Fright Nights is now sponsored by Fanta. The orange drink. God, I do find fizzy drinks so scary. But jokes aside, with the title sponsor being Fanta, it's going to be a fantastic event. Do you get it? Because it's like fantastic. And on top of a drink, there is of course a brand new maze coming to the park too. Project Sophie, as it's now known. No idea who Sophie is. Let yourself be known, please. But construction is underway in that area that it's going to be in, and there's even more confirmation that that's where it's going from a sign in Big Easy Boulevard, the complete other end of the park. Pretty much there's this shop face that's sort of in the wall, and it's just a fake shop, so it's not real. And in the window there is a display with a sign that says this: Pirates Affordable Homes, or a 4D Bull Homes, because Pirates 4D used to be in the Sunset Cinema just next door. Fun fact. Ahoy there, mateys, avast ye. What the hell does that mean? New to the plundering market, a forgotten treasure trove ripe for a pop-up adventure comes with a bit of furnishings, including state-of-the-art mirrored walls and corridors fit for a savvy scallywag. This black box hideaway be perfect empty vessel for your buccaneering business. And of course, the photo is exactly where it's going to be. Now, with the sort of talk about some mirrored walls and a sort of labyrinth style layout, and the mention of a black box hideaway, I think they're going to come in with a new IP. I think this could be called Black Mirror Labyrinth. But no, to be fair, it is very interesting seeing this lovely little Easter egg for Pirates 4D with that building in. Could it be a pirate theme maze? Probably not. But to see the whole thing about the mirrored walls and the black box and stuff like that, there might still be elements of Black Mirror in whatever this new maze is. And that makes me sad. I never want to see any piece of that labyrinth ever again. But there is a QR code where you could inquire, and I assume that just takes you to the Fright Nights page on their website. I probably should have tested that before this video, but I'm just going to make that assumption now. Either way, talking of Halloween events still, Fright Nights isn't the only one, because Alton Towers Scarefest exists too. You've got Daz Games coming back as Daz Games Reborn. They announced, as I was editing the last episode of this series, a family maze called Amigos in the Afterlife, or some Day of the Dead thing. I'm not too sure on the name, I can't remember. And with that announced, there was one more scare attraction left for them to announce, which was for the massive container and marquee building right next to Curse at Alton Manor and the Phalanx facility. I was purely expecting, from the shape of the building, to see the announcement pop up on my timeline and just watch it, and it's just the survival games trailer from Thorpe Park. But no, because it looks even better, and it's going to be called Compound, based on the Phalanx and Nemesis Reborn story. And I've spoken about it in a short that I did, but this maze looks incredible. Some of the elements of like isolation and the sort of CCTV, and the fact there's a new Phalanx leader, it looks like. Rest in peace, John Dalton. No one will ever say the words complex beast like he did. And it could genuinely be the best scare maze of the year at any of these theme parks. We'll just have to wait and see. Will the best maze of the year be Sophie's maze? Or will it be the molecular compound? I'm excited to see how they develop and how they go forth in the future. And the same exact words, I took the words out of my own mouth, could be said for the brand new roller coaster and themed area coming to a southern theme park in the UK. Let's go through the list. Is it coming to Chessington? No. Is it coming to Legoland? No. Is it coming to Alton Towers? That's not in the south. Let's try that again. Thorpe Park? No. It's actually going to the very up-and-coming Paultons Park. Now, you may know this place for Tornado Springs, Lost Kingdom, or of course, Peppa Pig World. And those three areas actually are probably their best themed areas in that park, because it's only recently that they've actually started pushing for the more theming over the sort of ride hardware agenda, and that's obviously a very good thing. But earlier this year, I was actually invited to an event, and at the end of it, they did a little talk about future developments coming to the park, and one of them was a dark ride, which they're already building, and the other was for a brand new Viking themed area coming in 2026. The video showed like a wooden structure with a steel logo saying Paultons Park in the middle, and it flipped upside down. My media knowledge brain knows that was on purpose. There has to be a meaning behind that. To be fair, anyone with a brain could have worked that one out. But turning the logo upside down in that structure and being steel means we could definitely be seeing a steel roller coaster that flips riders upside down. I mean, there's a Legoland park in Germany that recently built a coaster with 2 inversions. Chessington built one with like 3, depending on where you sit. Paultons Park could definitely get one, whether it have 1, 2, 3, or maybe even 15. And now we know that they've started construction, and we know where they've started construction. Because if you look at a map of Paultons Park, one end of the park is really dense with ride hardware, and the other is very open with a lot of fields and just empty space. I wonder what end of the park they're going to build this new area in. Well, your guess may be right, or maybe wrong, depending on what you said, because as you can see on this image here, they are building it right next to Cobra. You can see some orange netting in the background, which shows it's going to be in that sort of corner. And from a top-down view, they have that entire field right there. Now, that plot may not look too big, but if you actually look into it deeper, you can actually fit 2 versions of Velociraptor, the whole of Storm Chaser with an extra area for a flat ride, or if they really wanted to, you could wrap it round slightly in an L shape and you could fit the Smiler in that location. What could go in that area? I mean, a lot could, but I'm going to give you 3 varying choices. 1 is very likely, 2 could be likely, and the other probably won't happen. The one I see most likely to happen is some form of multi-launch coaster. Not too fast of a ride, but enough to be thrilling, because they don't really have a launch coaster in the park. The middle tier that I think might happen, maybe, a family B&M wing coaster that has a quadruple launch and a spike. I mean, I'm only joking. It could be like a new gen family Vekoma or something like that. And the least likely, as much as a lot of you won't want to hear this, an RMC. Because I don't think the restraints they have on them are even legal in our country right now. And as much as there was a wood and steel sort of vibe going on in that Viking thing, I don't know. An RMC seems a bit too far-fetched. So please, Paultons, prove me wrong with that one. What do you guys want to see at Paultons Park in this Vikings-themed area? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, because I'm going to make a video very soon of trying to make something in that area. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So 1,000 likes and I'll do that. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, bye.